Right, 3 minutes, that's all I've got before the camera shuts off. If you can do the valves on these things yourself, it saves a lot of time and effort and money. If you've got to take them to a professional shop, they usually charge you about £8. I think I mentioned this already. This one needs a new valve in here because it's burnt. That's a typical view of a burnt valve. It's got like a little cheese wedge missing from it. We've got two sorts of heads here. Yeah, it's something worth considering when you're having to buy things. This is the newer sort. These ones take a gasket, so you might have these sort, or the earlier sort take a copper ring. Oops.
And deep recessed.
Yeah, deep recess and a copper ring. The heat exchangers aren't interchangeable, so it's worth noting if you're going to do heads up, try and keep your heads the same. Obviously, depending on what heat exchangers you got. But we've got a fair selection. This one I'm going to reject because, for whatever reason, it's been fly cut both sides. It probably would go on. That one I would probably take in preference to this one, which for some reason has only been fly cut. When I say fly cut, what I mean is there's a little step, and that's been machined off at some point in the past. So that means when you put that on, it's got to have some sort of shim to take up that space, otherwise the head won't stay level. On this case anyway. And the one that's been fly cut on both, you need one in each. And also it's something to be aware of, if the castings on the crankcase have been machined, then the deck height will be all wrong. That's what we'll talk about later on when we've picked a couple of heads. For the moment, we're just going to go ahead with this one. I'm going to put two new valves in it. Them ones will probably clean up, and then give it a bit clean up, and that one should be okay. But as I say, I've got a machine for doing the valves, so it should save a little bit of money. As far as I know, the valves are the same, mind. You could always rob one to Peter to pay Paul, which is what we're doing on everything we seem to come across on this engine. But at the end of the day, does it matter as long as the engine starts, goes reliably, and runs sweetly?
Yep.
Oh, shim. You get those in the gasket set. Yeah. There you go. Just new.